Astro Bot, the game all my friends have been talking about, and I just played through all of it. We finally got a PlayStation exclusive and a 3D platformer, a double whammy of things that we don't get a lot of. Now, some people have been saying this game is soulless, and some call it Game of the Year. So let's talk about it together. I'm Dread, and this is Solace and Dread. We produce analytical content and nuanced discussions mainly focused on gaming. So if you like that type of thing, please consider subscribing. Now, let's start with the Solace, what I liked about the game. This game is cute as hell, like adorably fun and filled with nostalgic references, some of which made me cry because it made me so happy and emotional. There were amazing level designs that were just clever, filled with unique puzzles and combat styles. And speaking of combat styles, the boss fights were also just so amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed all about maybe one of the main bosses, which all made great use of the fun, funny, and powerful power-ups. This game also had a really creative use of its coins, and you can use them to either help you find all of the items in the levels, like round 2, going back and find them, or for items to help build the world cosmetically around you and make them really fun and cute and interesting. This game also made really great use of the controller collectively, like the whole controller was used, every button, sensor, all of it was used, which is really rare to see nowadays, especially for one of like the best controllers out there, arguably. Now, I'm a cozy casual gamer, and while a majority of the levels catered to that ease of playthrough, if you're a 100%er, also like me, there is a lot of content that is still also pretty sweaty, like multiple tries sweaty. And this is where we start to get into some of the dread, or what I didn't love about the game. Some of the mechanics were a bit clumsy, clunky, and took a bit for me to get used to, like the swimming, or when you had to use a power-up, jump, and an item all at once. My small hands just couldn't get around the controller well enough, so that made it a little difficult. There was also a power-up, specifically the elephant, that I just did not like. I was not good at it. I died a lot. There's also a gotcha element to it, which I'm just not a fan of because I don't like the gambling gimmicks in general. As a 100%er, any of the levels that had like a secret portal to them, I also had to go back and visit twice, which was a little frustrating. Unless I missed something completely, you either finished the level or you found the portal, left, and then redid the level again. So that was a little frustrating. Speaking of 100%ing, while in the worlds, some planets and comets just wouldn't appear until you flew around a bit, and I'm pretty impatient, so that was just a minor annoyance. Also, the depth perception in the game was just not optimized well. Has to be a way to make that better, because I easily over and under jumped several times just trying to figure out the depth of something. I also desperately wished that they listed who the character references were, like their actual name or character name or the game that they were from, rather than just a cutesy one-liner implication, because I'm sure a lot of the characters were completely lost on me. So I really wish they had that too. Lastly, and in some of the most minor ways, the music was meh. Don't get me wrong, there were definitely some bangers, like the space levels and the Tree of Funk, but a good chunk of it was just okay and a little forgettable. Astro Bot is a parade float for nostalgic games and consoles, but Astro Bot has his own personality and a unique storyline, and to say it's soulless is just a bit ridiculous. A game that is filled to the brim with charm and wit and can make you laugh and cry just can't be soulless. It cannot. And for me, this might just be the game of the year for me, but that's a conversation we'll need to have in another video. I also would love to share and go over some of my best and worst Astro Bot levels if you're interested. So subscribe. Watch us later. Or not, but do. Maybe do. But that's all for me. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon. And long live the Bird Kingdom.